Hey folks, Rebecca back for the next episode of the Monday Mr. Money Mustache Motivation. Today is episode 34, comes from his blog post from June 11th, 2011, weekend edition, Health Equals Wealth. We'll jump right into it here. This week, I accidentally got sucked into looking through one of those mindless ad-laden Forbes features on the world's top billionaires. The leader of this flock, the current richest person in the world, is a dude in Mexico called Carlos Slim, with a fortune of about $74 billion. And as it turns out, Slim is a bit of an optimistic last name. Then I clicked down the list to look at the other people, and I started to notice a pattern. Despite their unimaginable heaps of wealth, as a group they look far from exceptional in the area of health. If you ask the typical person, even here in the United States, what would you rather have? 1, a gigantic amount of money but be overweight and or frail to the point of needing an elevator to get up to the 6th floor of a building, or 2, just a comfortable amount of money and a gold quality, healthy, energetic mind and body that keeps you jumping around having fun with no health issues until you're 100 years old. What do you think he or she would say? I haven't formally surveyed any groups myself, but I have a feeling most people would pick the exceptional health option. The good news is, it is much easier for most of us to get exceptional health than billionaire wealth. All you need to do is keep your body doing something other than sitting in a chair for a few hours each day, lift some weights occasionally, and eat the most natural and unprocessed foods you can find. But yet, the surprising truth is that most people are actually spending most of their time, 40 plus hours a week, pursuing the wealth rather than the health. Then the wealth is often invested in unhealthy activities like sedentary sightseeing vacations, eating 2,000-calorie restaurant meals, and gas-powered recreational pastimes like motor boating and ATV riding. I won't get into the issue of the nation's increasing waistline because I don't know enough about all of the complicated social and industrial factors causing it to comment. But I do know one thing. You have a chance to be super healthy, and if you are not already a permanently grinning, well-muscled ball of energy, then I suggest you should consider becoming one. The reason is because it will make you happier, just like becoming rich and achieving an early retirement through frugality will make you happier. It's time to raise our standards for ourselves. I don't look like Vin Diesel right now, but damn it, I'm going to. I'm no longer going to settle for being moderately fit. I want to be at maximum health. Are you ready for my inspirational bombshell? Then have a look at this 74-year-old woman named Ernestine Shepherd, currently the world's oldest female bodybuilder. Huh? What do you think of that? If you've never Googled Ernestine Shepherd, give it a Google real quick. You'll be impressed. I was already an optimist when it comes to old age because I'm often passed by gray-haired old men when I'm trying my best to speed along on a country road at 40 kilometers an hour on my road bike. But this lady raises my standards way higher than they've ever been. Just seeing the picture made me realize that I totally suck so far and I must do much better from now on. If you're already at maximum health, then good for you. If you're not, what's holding you back? For me, it has been a case of excuse-itis. I've been telling myself that because I'm already better off than most people, that is good enough. But that's a tricky game to play. If you're not taking the best possible care of your health, who do you think you're fooling? I'm getting older. It's absolutely unacceptable for me to become one of those self-disabled people, i.e., a person who loses their health and mobility through decades of sedentary lifestyle. If I ever have a serious health problem in later years and I haven't maintained maximum health, it will be my own fault. So from this day on, it's maximum for me and you too. There are lots of good books in the library about how to get healthy, but if you just want the mustachian summary of the most important secret steps, here it is. Never eat any form of white bread, soda, candy, cake, cookies, fast food, donuts, or other fakey pants food at home or at restaurants. You can still have it at parties. I'm always amazed to see people eating these things because once again, who do they think they're fooling? It's not food. Your body hates that stuff. You can still get the indulgence of yummy but awful food occasionally when you're at a friend's house, but to actually buy it as a part of your grocery trip, that's just self-destructive, dude. Just this one step would cure 50% of the nation's health problems. Eat lots of healthy proteins and fats. Your new snack around the house is almonds and walnuts, bananas with all-natural peanut butter, apples, mangoes, cheese, eggs, beans of all sorts, delicious slabs of fish, chicken, rice, all the olive oil you want, lots of spices, whey protein powder mixed with milk, burritos, cilantro, salads, coffee, stuff like that. You're not on a low-fat diet, you're just on a low-processing diet. Your appetite will adjust to start taking in the right number of calories instead of too many as soon as you drop refined flour and sugar from the diet. I have noticed that to be true myself over these many years of weight struggles that I've had. Obey the Mustachian commandments on alcohol consumption. Alcohol is fun. I drink it regularly, but I know it's toxic. You're drinking from a bottle with a skull and crossbones on it, so respect the poison and realize it is draining a tiny bit of your health directly with every sip. Yeah, he's right. Always accept exercise when it stares you in the face. For example, there are only 2 valid reasons for a person with a functioning legs to ever use an elevator or an escalator. Number 1, you're moving a trolley of heavy equipment or construction materials between levels of the building. Number 2, you're an Olympic athlete who has just finished training so hard that it would be detrimental to your competitive performance to climb even one more flight of stairs. For the rest of us, stairs are a gift from the fitness gods, so thou shalt run up them whenever thou findest them. Side note here, this watch that I got, the Vivo Smart, it tracks steps, yes, but it does also track number of floors climbed every day, which I think was a pretty cool feature. That's one of the reasons why I got this one. If y'all are looking for a new fitness watch, this one's really reasonable. It was only $100. Link to it below in the description box. Even if your office or hotel room is on the 15th floor, I did a test on a recent vacation. 15 floors takes only about 90 seconds at a moderate stair climbing pace in even my current non-Vin Diesel condition. Even if you're carrying a suitcase at the airport, come on, don't be a big sissy. Never use a car when a bike or your feet will suffice. Every trip under 5 miles on a day with reasonable weather must be done by foot or bike. Yes, even to the grocery store or taking your small child to school, use a bike trailer. In addition, if you work less than 10 miles from home, you must bike to work at least twice a week, whenever it is above freezing and not raining or snowing. Following these steps will get you to good health. To get to maximum health, you need to add weights 3 times a week for as little as 18 minutes per session, 3 to 4 sets of 3 varied heavy exercises with no rest between them. If you like running or swimming or other sports, add in some of that too. Good for you. Now that you see it all in one blog post like that, it's a pretty easy way to add 60 years of healthy, energetic, good times to your life and millions of dollars in income and saved expenditures, don't you think? How will you achieve maximum health from this point onwards? This was a really great post by Mr. Money Mustache. I enjoyed this one a lot. It touches on a lot of topics here. He seems to mainly be talking about health, but really, I like how in the beginning he discusses the wealth portion of it. A lot of times Mr. Money Mustache's articles will discuss the topic of enough, and I think that's an important topic to consider when you're trying to build your wealth, because health is super important. And if you're sacrificing it just in the name of building more wealth because more wealth is good, right? Then are you really giving yourself the best quality of life that you can have? Quality of life is important. I work in healthcare. I try not to take my own health for granted, and like the video I did before about how to maintain your health on a budget, I'll link that down below in the description box as well. I try to stay active even when I'm working overnight. Just do body weight bearing exercises like squats and lunges and planks, and I have just a couple little dumbbells at work that I use. But yeah, staying active when and where you can is extremely important. Me with these 2 dogs that constantly bark and make filming incredibly difficult for me, I take them outside on a regular basis and throw the chuck it tennis ball with them so that I can stay active and keep them active as well. Biking, I don't know that that's something I'm ever going to get into, just not because I don't like biking, I just don't trust other drivers on the road that much. I just don't. I know that's one thing that Mr. Money Mustache preaches that a lot of people find a sticking point for them, and I'm kind of one of those people. I just don't think that I can trust the other people out on the roads that much around here, and me living on a 2-lane road with no bike lane, I don't know. These are the mountains that I live in. It's curvy. You can't see around the curves. I just think it's too dangerous, not worth the risk. There was also a very, very good podcast that I listened to recently by Choose FI that discussed the topic of health, and I will link that down below as well. The Choose FI podcast is on YouTube, and I listen to it when I can, and there was a really, really good podcast recently where they were discussing health. I think, if I remember right, it was 1 hour and 15 minutes long. Y'all, next time you're doing something, take an hour out of your life and give that podcast a listen. It was a really good one. I enjoyed it. So yeah, that'll wrap it up for this episode of the Quintuple M. And I'll catch y'all next Monday for the next episode. Thanks for watching, y'all. Bye. Yes, even to the grocery store or taking your small child. If I ever have a serious health problem in later years and I haven't maintained maximum health, quiet. No. It is draining a tiny bit of your health directly. With every... This was a really great blog post by Mr. Money Mustache. Quiet. No. Hush.